Hey there gamers, DreamcastGuy here. Today we're doing a very strange video because it's an update I never actually expected, which is that they're porting Red Dead Redemption 1, the remaster we got a couple of years back. They're porting it to PS5, Xbox Series X, and Switch 2. They're also giving it out for free. This upgrade, if you have the original version, it's completely free of cost. And also, it's the PlayStation Plus Game of the Month. So basically, every PlayStation player is about to have this. But a lot of fans, instead of celebrating this, it's being met with a lot of question marks. A lot of people saying, why? Because specifically, a lot of Red Dead fans, a lot of the most diehard Rockstar people, have actually been specifically begging for a port of Red Dead Redemption 2. For people that do not know this, Red Dead Redemption 2 launched at 30 FPS, and it is still 30 FPS. Even if you play it on a PlayStation 4 Pro or a PlayStation 5 or even now a PlayStation 5 Pro, it is hard locked at 30 FPS. And it looks strange. In a lot of ways, it even looks kind of bizarre because the remastered version of Red Dead 1 being double the frame rate, it's weird how much the older game looks smoother. But let's take a look at this update and a lot of the reactions to it, because as excited as I am, even I am kind of asking, where is Red Dead 2? Let's get into it. Hi, hope you're having a great day. And if you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I literally got sent this while I was on the treadmill. I was doing a very long jog, so I'm sorry I look a little bit sweaty. I'm a little bit out of breath, but honestly, I'm so excited I wanted to talk about this instantly. So Red Dead Redemption is coming to Netflix, iPhone, Android, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch 2 in December, and coming out December 2nd. So here, literally in 2 weeks. Very interesting. But the fact that it's a free upgrade, this is my extra big thing. I really hate whenever there's a fee for a next-gen patch. I know that Capcom has been good about doing next-gen patches and stuff. Some companies are great about it. Some of them, cough, cough, Sony, like to charge you $10 for the definitive edition. But let me break down what makes this specifically new, right? Here it is. All platforms will now have 60 FPS enhanced image quality over the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 4 versions. Now, here is the thing real quick, which is why they have to say all platforms. So technically, this already ran, the original version already ran at 60 FPS. It didn't at launch though. They actually had to do a 60 FPS patch they just randomly dropped on a random weekday. And I was very, very happy when they finally released the remastered 60 FPS patch. It honestly just makes the game look a lot better. I feel like once you get used to 60 FPS or above 60 FPS, you see a lot of PC gamers, even mod games, to run at like 200 frames a second. Once you kind of adapt to that, once you have a TV that can even run stuff at extra high frame rates, you kind of get used to it. And games running at 30 FPS do look slightly choppy, especially a game like that that is so quick, that is so dramatic, that has such crazy good cutscenes and stuff. At times it starts to look funky at 30 FPS, but now, because of this patch, it is 60 FPS on everything. On the Nintendo Switch 1, it ran bad. I know fans, a lot of people are saying, hey, it's cool to have, Cowboys Wild West, the entirety of that game on a pocket game, so it's nice, even if it is a handheld downgrade, it's still a great version of the game. Now, Switch 2 is also going to be 60 FPS. This is the thing. They released a trailer. I'm not even going to bother showing it because it looks exactly like, to my eyes, the current version of the PlayStation 4 version. It still looks like the existing remaster, but they are saying it is going to have an image quality over the PlayStation 4 version. So I guess even cleaner 4K. I'm always curious about that, but here we go. HDR support, heck yes, so deeper blacks, that's fantastic. Switch 2 mouse controls. Very strange to me. I'm curious, I've beaten Red Dead 1 and Red Dead 2. I'm not sure where you would use a mouse. I guess in the card games and stuff. I guess maybe you could aim with it. A lot of Switch 2 games have a thing where you can use the right Joy-Con and basically use it for your first-person shooters. I would never in a million years want to do that. Here's a funny thing though. DLSS is being used to achieve 60 FPS on the Switch 2. So essentially, this is like a programming trick, basically creating extra frames. Some people are against DLSS. They think it's sort of like cheating. In my experience, to my eyes, I think DLSS looks fine. I feel like I've never looked at it and been like, oh, that's fake frames. To me, it looks like a pretty legit experience. Coming December 2nd, free upgrade. Your saves do carry over. And what are the replies? So how does this look better than the PS5 Pro? It'll look like the PS4 version, but higher settings. No way that we got this before Red Dead Redemption 2 on current versions. There have actually been other leakers and stuff saying that Red Dead Redemption 2 is getting a full remaster at some point, or some sort of special edition of it coming to next gen. Hopefully that's early next year. Switch 2 needing DLSS or 60 FPS is crazy. You know, I think it's funny, but it's getting there. Look at this, though. I would bet they're not even able to tell the difference between the Red Dead Redemption and the PS5 version. Probably slightly. I'm guessing haptic feedback would be nice at least. Let me look at this, though. So it is going to have all the DLCs. That's cool. Great, all the DLCs and stuff. But this is the extra cool thing to me. They surprise announced it's being added to PlayStation Plus. They actually announced the PlayStation Plus games for the month already, and they said, actually, surprise, there's one extra here. That's actually pretty cool. Now, to be clear, the lowest tier of it, Essential, this isn't part of Essential. It's the one tier up, which is Extra. The 3 tiers of PlayStation Plus obviously are Essential, Extra, and Premium. It's going into the Extra tier. This is a pretty dang good month, though. Still Wakes the Deep is a terrifying horror game. GTA 5 keeps getting added and subtracted, but I'm glad it's being back. Pacific Drive is cool, but Red Dead Redemption, I paid for Red Dead Redemption already with a remaster, so I mean, I'm going to get that free upgrade no matter what, but I am kind of tempted, honestly, to buy it on my Switch too. I mean, it would be kind of interesting. I feel like the image quality is not going to be that different. I've also seen some people saying that right now a lot of places have Red Dead Redemption 1 on sale for $20. So you could technically buy it now and get this upgrade for free. That's pretty cool. But I wanted to go back and just look at all these replies here, right? Experience this epic Western adventure on the latest mobile devices and current generation consoles with free upgrades, the ability to carry over game progress, and a number of enhancements. I am glad, thank God, that it has save progress carrying over. I would go ballistic. But look at this. A lot of stuff. Hey, it's got all these cool new things. 60 fluid FPS. Red Dead Redemption 2 is never getting ported. God, by the way, if you don't know, watch Smiling Friends, best show in the world. Wrong, Red Dead got ported. We got Red Dead Redemption on PS5 on the Switch 2 before Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh my gosh. If you play Red Dead on Samsung, you deserve to be tarred and feathered. Oh my gosh. It's so funny, man, right? Wait, so my 360 copy I've owned for 15 years will also get the free upgrade? Yes, it does actually seem like it. Interesting distraction from their union-busting controversies. Let's hope the people don't get taken in by the corporation and remembers that workers are unfairly being dismissed. I thought this game was all running at 60 FPS on PS4 Pro. If not, that should be their main improvement. So, to me, this is a cool update. I don't know. I'm a bigger fan of Red Dead 1 than Red Dead 2 by the smallest margin. Part of that is nostalgia. I think Red Dead 2 is an absolute masterpiece, of course. I've got eyes and hands. I can tell that it's the best game. But I still feel like I have a softer spot for Red Dead 1. Something about it felt a little bit tighter. And John Marsden, to me, is just such a good character. But honestly, I am going to have to do my best not to replay the entire game. I'm probably going to play a bunch of it leading up to this so I can basically reacclimate myself, and then maybe with a fine-tuned eye, see how impressive this upgrade actually is. But how do you feel about Red Dead Redemption 2, and how do you feel about the idea of this upgrade? Does this feel mandatory? To me, I feel like people would have lost their minds more if they said this is a Red Dead double pack. Redemption 1, Redemption 2, both on PlayStation 5. Even if you gave it a $40, $50 price tag, I think people would have been freaking the heck out. But that is just my exhausted 2 cents. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you could please give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and please keep dreaming. I gotta admit, it is very funny to me they did not put the second game on there. That is very funny to me.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.